What is going on, everybody? So I'm back today to talk about a new released Shudder original film. And as you all know, I'm a huge fan of Shudder. I've been a subscriber for a really long time now, and I always look forward to whenever Shudder releases a new movie. And this is, I believe, the first film that Shudder has released for 2023 that is an original. And I saw that it was a horror comedy, and I love horror comedies, and I was really looking forward to watching this movie. And the film I'm going to be talking about today is Sorry About the Demon. Sorry About the Demon is directed by Emily Higgins. A young man struggling with a broken heart learns that his new place is full of restless spirits. So like I said, I am a huge fan of horror comedy films. Evil Dead 2 is one of my favorite movies of all time. I really enjoy whenever you can combine legitimate horror with some genuinely funny moments. And this film on the surface looked like something that I was really gonna love. I know this director, she's well known for her first debut feature. I believe she was 12 years old when she made it. And I know a lot of people said it was really impressive and really incredible to watch. And I do want to check that out at some point. And unfortunately, I didn't love this movie. I'm not going to tell you that this is the worst thing ever made. I just think that it misses the marks in a lot of areas that it could have been tidied up a little bit. So as the plot description states, you have this young guy who he breaks up with his girlfriend at the beginning of the film. They're having some issues. He works for a toothpaste company, which is a reoccurring joke where he's like a customer service representative for this toothpaste company. And he ends up skipping some event that she has for work to work on his own. And the two end up splitting up. Well, this family you're shown at the beginning of the film, who one of the guys is a real estate agent. They end up buying this dream house that they've always wanted, and it's haunted by a demon, and it ends up possessing their daughter. Their daughter says like, hey, this demon wants souls, and unless you bring it souls, it's gonna stay here for forever. So they decide to try to sell the place out to somebody to rent it to them until this demon takes souls and leaves. And so this young guy comes, he sees an ad for this house, and at first he's like, oh, I can't believe it, you're selling or you're renting this big of a house for this cheap. And they're like, oh, we can do it, it doesn't really matter. So he ends up moving in there and becomes haunted by this demon and the ghosts that this demon controls. And there are some genuinely funny moments in this movie that I really like. The problem is a lot of the jokes in this movie get incredibly repetitive to the point where it gets a little cringy at times, where you're seeing the same thing over and over and over again, and you're like, okay, I get the gist. Some of the jokes just don't land whatsoever. I think all the actors in this give decent enough performances, but the material just doesn't jump out like a Shaun of the Dead or like a movie that does a better job of balancing that comedic tone with the actual horror. And there are some fun horror elements in this. I think the effects of the demons and the ghosts all look really cool. I really appreciated the time that was put into all of that element of the film. But like I said, a lot of this humor, it just feels like it's trying so hard and it just doesn't work, which is unfortunate because I can really feel the passion in this movie. I can tell the director really wanted to bring this to life. But a lot of times, rather than feeling like a really well-written horror comedy, it felt much more like something you would see on the Disney Channel, which is really unfortunate because I think that it did have a lot of potential. This is a really fun and quirky and cute idea. And I did like the characters. I enjoyed watching them on screen. I just found myself for an hour and 40-minute runtime of a movie, I kept pulling myself out, and towards the end I was like, okay, I get where this is going. Are we going to wrap it up anytime soon? And it just kept going and going and going. And unfortunately, I don't think that it earns the runtime that it has. But there are some funny, charming moments that made it not a miserable watch. And I do appreciate this director, especially making a film when she was 12 years old, pursuing her passion and doing what she wants to do. And I think it's really cool that Shudder picked up her movie. And despite me not loving it, I always respect directors that can pursue their passion and do what they love. And I enjoyed elements enough of this film that I think it's definitely worth watching on your own and seeing how you feel about it. It just unfortunately didn't work for me. So if you've seen Sorry About the Demon, did you love it? Did you hate it? Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you thought. I did not enjoy this movie as much as I wanted to. I felt like a lot of it was really formulaic. The dialogue wasn't great, and I just wish that it was so much more. As always, if you can like the video and subscribe to the channel, it helps me out a lot and lets me know the type of content you're looking for. I'm always putting out new material and look forward to getting more out for you in the near future. And as always, everyone, thank you so much for watching and have a great rest of your day.